and this is one of the last fields that we planted. We've got the nitrogen. We've spread our side dress nitrogen on. It's encapsulated urea. Completed our spraying. That's been a real challenge, spraying the corn, trying to get it done before the corn really got too tall or the weeds got too tall. We've had a lot of wind, extremely strong winds. Also through this area we've had quite a bit of rain. And so the corn, we'll take a look at it, but you know, somewhere on the 5-leaf stage. It's in the stage now where it will start determining the ear size, the girth, you know, how many rows of kernels you have. So it's a pretty important time for corn development. You don't want it to go through a lot of stress. Usually this corn from here on out, you know, 5 to 6-leaf stage, you know, we're talking about knee high or a little more. You know, in a couple weeks it will be head high. By the 4th of July we'll be starting to shoot tassels. And so when you have corn grow that fast, you don't want any major windstorms because it's real brittle. That time you can get some green snap. Those are some of the challenges, you know, we could run into. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 collars. You look for those collars, kind of the base of the leaf. And that's how I kind of count where the stage of the corn plant's in. So there's 5 complete leaves out. The 6th one's right there. In a few days they'll be popped out. You don't see all of them here. So as you can see, most of these roots are kind of going straight down, which is a good sign that there's not much compaction here. What you run into sometimes with compaction is the roots will kind of change direction and they hit a hard spot in the soil, and they'll kind of go over and then they'll start going back down. And any delay in the roots growing and going down further can affect the yields, and it just depends how bad the compaction is. But those roots were really down and doing their job. But right now we've had enough rain, we've got some subsoil moisture that can carry us through if we hit a dry period. But also being dry at this time frame is good because the roots are really going down. If we were saturated with moisture at the surface, the roots wouldn't have a need to be going down. And once the corn plant reaches its height, the roots really stop growing down. So it's good. Those roots will be really going down. We'll be finding the nitrogen and the phosphate and potash nutrients that the corn plant's going to need as the season progresses. Also, those roots go down where the subsoil moisture is. And that's what really helps us in this area. We have really good soils, really good subsoil that can retain moisture over a season. This spring, being as wet as it was, we were delayed probably about 3 weeks in getting our corn planted, which delays the pollination later in July. So the pollination will be later, maybe mid part of July or so. Forecasting right now to be a little drier and a little warmer. That's a small concern for us at this time. You know, if we get a combination of dry weather, very hot temperatures, we're talking about 95 to 100, low 100 degree temperature, that can affect, you know, how the corn pollinates. So that's something we'll have to watch. Most of that's out of our control, so we can't do much about it, but that's something that could affect our crop.